you ready for MonTiff? Let's go!
Never kept up with the latest, never tried to be the greatest, but let's be honest, yes we want this, oh.
Hey everybody, I'm Monty Mont.
I'm Tiff.
And I'm Will.
And these
Are a few.
Of our favorite
Sing! I told you I was feeling rapid. I said I was feeling rapid.
Okay.
Yeah.
We good.
I wanted to dab, but I had the mic in my hand. But
With the mic.
still could have did it.
We got it though. We got
Yeah.
it. All right. We back again.
Just like we never left.
Just like we never left,
Yeah.
because we didn't leave.
No.
Because we doing all this right here. It's good. I know these sets and these things we get, we move around, but we got to utilize them when we have them here. We here once again on our favorite sings. Tiff, Madame, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm having so much fun tonight. It's crazy.
Yes, this has been so great, you guys. I know we spread it out so you're getting them when you're getting them, but I want to thank, I'm thanking folk even at the start of this show, but man, Lillian and Candace and Sharika, you guys were outstanding. And of course, listen, Tiff, you were outstanding. We know you sing.
Oh, thank
You
you.
sing, but she booked Candace and she booked Sharika, and they were outstanding.
Oh, yes, they are.
I booked Lillian. It's part of me, but then this my partner right here.
Oh, yes.
Okay, my man. He is, of course, if you know, radio personality, and he's a spoken word poet as well. I almost said prophet, but come on.
I mean,
it is what
from
it
your
is.
lips to God's ears. Hey.
I'm gonna go with that as well. Mr. Will Teller, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me on
Man,
here.
thank you for being on the show. As you can already hear,
Yes,
he's got
thank
that.
you for
He's got the
coming.
voice. He got the Donnie. Remember that Donnie Simpson BET song?
Oh, yeah.
That
It's
voice,
real
the video
smooth.
song.
Oh, the Green Eyed
Yeah.
Bandit. I remember Donnie
You got
Simpson.
Donnie. Come on, man. DC, shout out. But man, thank you so much for being on. I got a lot to want to get into talk with you about. But we're gonna start, of course, his favorite sings. He put on "We Fall Down" by Donnie McClurkin. It's a powerful song. I'm guessing, man, and I'm musicians at home. I think that's A flat. I should have did my homework, but we got so carried away doing so much. But I think it's A flat. But a powerful, powerful song. We'll break down really quick. What is it about that song that really inspires you?
I believe it was more like the direct simplicity of it, because the lyrics don't change.
No, that's true. Yeah.
The lyrics don't. These are the easiest lyrics to remember.
Yeah.
But with every stanza, is something different that comes out of me. Like I really discovered it around the time of like the passing of my grandfather.
Okay.
And it was like he was like my dad, like because he was my dad's dad, and my dad passed when I was 7. So like my granddad was like my dad.
Your
You know
dad,
what I mean?
yes.
So it was like, but when he passed, it was like, dang. And like he was a carpenter. And so like I spoke at his funeral and I made that reference like between him and Jesus, like how
Yes,
Jesus was
the
a carpenter,
Yeah.
and how, he saves and how my granddad saved me in a way.
Right.
But God sent him to save me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so it was like that song had just came on and I just fell to my knees and I just started singing it. And like, because it just let me know, like, I've not always been on, the plus side of things. You know what I mean? As we've all
Yes,
tap
yeah.
danced,
Right.
with the world and with the word, but like, when it just said like a saint is just a sinner who fell down
Oh, that's it.
and got up.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, you're gonna fall, man. You're gonna fall short in the eyes of God all the time. That's what he died for. So like the song in itself told me like, just get up. You know what I mean? I didn't want to. It said didn't want to stay there. Donnie give you those little ad libs in
know
between,
Donnie,
like
yeah.
he ad lib like Young Jeezy, but but like the on the biblical side of things. Oh yeah, Donnie hit you in a
Give
second.
some
Like,
Donnie be having a verse. You didn't know it was a
Yeah.
verse.
you
You like,
didn't
wait,
know.
what
You
is
like,
that?
wait a minute, that only came out the left earphone. Like I should have been listening to both of them at the same time. Like
What
Right.
is it?
remember walking in with one earphone go out, you missed half the song.
Like, I can't.
Yeah, I didn't know most
Donnie
of the
ain't know
real
that
words
was-
to
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah,
Like I
Donnie.
didn't, but that's one of the ones, and it just like it let me know, like I say, the simplicity of it all just let me know it's not that difficult to really persevere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to have it in you. You have to want to. You have to want to get up because you're gonna fall over and over and over again. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
yes.
So that's what made me fall in love with that song. Like
It's gonna take some grit.
Yes.
Definitely gonna take some grit.
That's a 4-letter word
Oh,
that
yes.
people don't even know the meaning of anymore.
Yeah.
They be like, what's that? That's like rice? No,
No.
not grits.
No, not
It's going to
grits.
take some grit. You got to
Some
grit
grit.
your teeth
That's
and
right.
dig down deep inside and
Yes.
get the crust off the inside of your heart.
Ooh.
The grit
Yeah.
But
off
we
the
don't.
inside of your
But
heart.
people don't. You know, we don't like to. We don't want to find out that we got to go through things. You know, when something bad happen, why did God let this happen? Oh, we hate that, but we need it.
Man.
Listen, when you're in the gym, that last set, that pain, you need that to grow. You know, and that song really. I remember when that song came out, it was a little controversial at the time because, you know, some people were like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, I mean, we fall down and the saint is just a sinner. It kind of had I remember that. Some people were kind of not feeling it, but it really spoke to a lot of people.
Absolutely. It's truth.
Because it is. It is,
Yeah.
you know,
Truth, man.
at some point.
If the
you
truth
know,
hurts, say ouch.
yeah, that's the truth.
If the truth hurts, say ouch.
And it really, I feel like Donnie really tapped into something where, like you say, it's really simple. You know, it's real. We fall down when we get up.
It's two lyrics. It's really like two lyrics.
You know, songwriters know. Y'all know. You say, man, why I ain't write that?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I've been going through that, you know. But it really resonated with people, and it's amazing how you just when you tied it in with your grandfather and things like that. And I think every person that it resonates with has a story where maybe not their grandfather, but my mom or my sister, and I was going through, or my husband, my wife, things like that. And that's what the power of music can do.
Absolutely.
Is that I'm sure there's probably somebody, you know, in France that heard Donnie sing that at some point, and man, they cried tears. You know what I mean? And it just translates. Music doesn't have a color. Music doesn't, you know, speak just one language. It'll find you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I always like to say, I feel like everybody likes some kind of music. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, you know, like rap, you like country. Maybe you don't like country, you like opera. We had, you know, Lily, something, and it speaks to people. So that spoke to you, and that's powerful now. And I'm not trying to transition fast, but
No, go ahead, do your thing, man.
Will, for your Christmas song. And this is Christmas time.
It is
Again,
Christmas time.
It's
Yes.
Christmas
Season.
time, so we ask all our guests coming on, please have a Christmas song. And man, when I got the text from my man Will, and when I saw this song, I said, bro, here's the thing. The title of the episode is going to be, you know, Will Taylor on We Fall Down. But I almost want to put the title for this song because, man, he did CeeLo Green, Mary Did You Know?
Yes.
Bro, what we going to talk about it, man?
It was just like, it's like that song, it stood out to me in a lot of different ways, but the thing that hit me the most was the line in there. He said, Mary, did you know that the baby that you delivered will soon deliver you? What? I said, what?
At this point, listen.
He came to make you new. Did you know the baby that you delivered will soon deliver you?
Now,
How can you just not fathom the thought of her saying like, dang, you right. You are right.
That's all she could say.
Right.
listen, now, really quickly. Now, for our favorite scenes, we got fans of all kinds. Now, I know some of my, let's say, lighter pigment fans. It's like, man, why y'all always gotta be so? But that's just how, when something good to us like that, you know what I'm saying? We gotta rear back. We gotta jump up for a minute. Child, that's my chick, because it's just good to us. I don't want y'all to be.
Yeah.
It's moving.
It just, we all.
That's why it's called moving.
It is. It's moving.
It's moving.
And now, when you talk about a voice like CeeLo,
Yeah, man.
he's got one of them voices. When you hear it, you know.
It's distinct.
Listen.
Yes.
You could.
Yes.
You could be at Walmart and he could be just asking for some assistance. I need some assistance because I think you're crazy. And it's like, yeah, that's CeeLo. Why is he at Walmart right now?
Right.
Yeah.
You know that voice. It just resonates. And so when I heard that he did, I don't know when I first, I might have been on YouTube. I said, CeeLo did, Mary, did you know?
Right.
And then when I heard it, the intonation in his voice, and he just, he starts out, and it's amazing how he just weaves through. So, and I've heard that song sung a lot of different times, but it was just something about the way he did it,
Right.
And
He made me believe that he wrote it.
yeah.
Like, when I first heard, I had never heard the song before.
Oh, so you never?
And I've heard
okay.
other versions since, and I won't listen to them.
No.
Yeah.
No
It's hard.
diss to whoever. I still don't know who wrote the song.
Yeah.
To me, CeeLo Green wrote Mary, Did You Know?
For you.
Because the version that speaks to me,
Right.
CeeLo sang that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm just saying, like, just Whitney Houston ain't right, I Will Always Love You, but I don't know Dolly Parton's version. I don't know
I
Dolly.
was just about to say
I don't know
that.
Dolly's version. She
Yeah.
didn't give me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's the song was introduced to me by Whitney.
Yes.
And it wasn't if she wouldn't have sang it, I wouldn't have
Never heard it
Yeah,
in
I wouldn't have
life.
heard it.
That is, wait,
Yeah.
see,
Country music tells some of the best stories, but
True.
Listen, we're going to have a country music person on here, and people don't realize, you kind of just pigeonhole country music, but they be talking some real stories.
yeah.
in
I
that.
spent 12 years in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And to me, like, that's like where my right, because like I became a poet because I used to be, like every young black, I was a rapper.
Okay.
I was a rapper. But then my lyrics were timeless, is what I like to say, because they're not talking about like what's happening now. It's talking about what's happening in life.
Exactly.
All of my poetry is 100% real life.
And
Yeah.
this is
And
what
like-
we've been talking about, substance.
And substance. And
Yeah.
like
Yes.
part of what we were talking about earlier, talking about like growth, right? Like one of my lyrics, I just wrote a poem a few days ago, and one of the lines it says, I've been through my growing pains. I've learned not to complain when I pray for growth and then it rains.
See, I didn't even. I was just about to transition to the spoke. Now he didn't drop. Look, and everybody just went like, hold on.
You understand? Because people don't realize, like, you pray like before, like Sharika
Yeah.
was talking about, you pray for this, you pray for this, you pray for this, but then what happens when it rains? When it comes down on you, how you gonna grow if you don't get wet?
It has to-
If you don't get rained on, how will you grow? Your tears are your rain. Your sweat is your rain. Your blood is your rain. How can you grow?
Everybody out here preaching in this.
I-
Come on with it, bro.
You cannot.
Talk a while,
That's my
man.
whole
Well,
thing,
who's
you know.
taking up the offering tonight?
That's the second
Like
offering.
this is serious.
So
It's
I'm
really
just,
happening.
So like,
So,
you
but
know.
okay, but I want to get to that, man. So, in spoken word with poetry,
Yes.
I want you to make you kind of already did, but to a layman, they're like, well, is that just rapping or is that just what is the difference? What makes a difference from a spoken word or
To me, like, poetry is poetry, don't get me wrong. But to me, when I say spoken word, these are words that are spoken from the heart. And not to say that all poetry isn't coming from the heart,
Right.
but like, to me, it comes with a little more passion. It's a little more dialect to drive you through.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites is called Is It Me? But it started off as a prayer. And it's 100% prayer, and it's like me talking to God. So these are words that are spoken from my heart and from my spirit. So that's why I call myself a spoken word artist, not just a poet. Don't get me wrong, my moniker is THAPOET, the poet, but that stands for tenacity, heart, and attitude, present opportunities every time.
Oh,
So don't
acronym,
spell me
okay.
with THE. I'm not the poet.
Yeah.
I'm the poet. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not just a poet. I'm a spoken word artist who is the poet. You understand what I'm
Nice.
saying? So if that
Absolutely.
can differentiate between the two. So like people think like, just because you're rhyming, oh yeah, you're just a rapper. Don't get me wrong. I'll invite people, because like I said, I love lyrics. I love to break down and dissect what people are saying.
Yes.
That's what gives me songs. Like I remember songs off what was said. I can hear a beat and they can change that over 10,000 times.
But
But
the
what you
words.
say, the substance in what you give me,
Yeah.
you brought that from somewhere, from a place that I had never been, and you took me there.
Yeah.
That's my goal as an artist.
That's nice.
To take you where I was coming from so you can close your eyes and visualize what it is that I'm writing, what it is that I'm
Absolutely.
speaking.
wow?
Or you taking me back somewhere I've
So that
already
you've
been.
already been.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And revisiting it from a
Yes.
third eye perspective.
Exactly. Yes.
That's when we talk about lyrics. I know we hit it with Candace and Sharika, and everybody was just talking about the realness of it. I mean, there's a music side to it. Like I say, I can hear a beat and man, that beat is going. But when the lyrics can speak to you, and the thing to me that has always been intimidating for me about spoken word is y'all ain't got no beat, y'all ain't got no. You just going out there and you have to really carry the crowd and make them feel it with nothing. And it's just your voice in the and if somebody's not passionate up there, how can the crowd? You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I ain't feeling that.
It's no fluff.
There's no
There
There's
is no
no
fluff.
there
Yeah.
because there's just you.
You can't
Yeah.
hide
Can't
behind
hide.
anything.
I'm about to say, can't hide with no beat. Can't just
Right.
put your hands up. No, we ain't putting our hands up right now. We listening
Right.
to you,
I'm
homie.
listening
Yeah.
to you. What you got to say, bro?
And it's
Crickets.
there's a fearlessness, that you have to have. And then you've also worked in radio, and
Yes.
we talked again, and I want to make sure that I'm not trying to hammer the new stuff. I'm not trying to sound like the old man, get off my lawn, or anything like that. But you've seen music evolve.
Yes.
And we talked last episode about how there was a kind of a change, when we went to, you know, with what Soulja Boy did, and he kind of brought in this whole digital revolution, and now guys don't really have to play; they can take samples and all that stuff and make music and all that. Where do you think? I'm going to ask you kind of maybe a loaded question, but where do you think we're going to go with music now? Because we're to a point now where guys are just making music real fast, and you know, it's not the old days of just Ray Charleses and Aretha's and all of that stuff. We talked about you know when she talked about with Donnie and all that stuff back in the day. And now we're to a point now where there's some things that I see that I'm a little concerned about, but then there's some stuff I'm like, okay, it's cool. You being, you know, a person that's viewed the industry for a long time, where do you feel the music's going?
I think everything like brings itself back full circle in its own way. Like where rap was the new age rock and roll. Yeah. Where everybody kind of stayed away from it, where like it was like, oh no, this is bad music. And then like rock and roll softened up a little bit. You got soft rock or you got contemporary rock, and it had different categories inside the genre. The same way with rap now, it's going pardon me, it's going from like, you know, like gangster rap or like conscious rap to now it's like more of the cookie cutter Laffy Taffy rap. Yeah. And people are realizing that is now like the death metal rock and roll. And so people are going to kind of like the group that enjoy that will stick with that. But the ones who really want the music, the ones who want to hear like, you know, every breath you take over, you know what I mean? Like they'll listen to, you know, a J. Cole over Da Baby. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And not saying like everything J. Cole is saying is positive. Not saying that all the lyrics that came out before in rap were positive, but they told a story of where we're coming from and not just of what people, now they're not even telling a story anymore. At all. They're just throwing punchlines out there of where people want to be. And this social media thing, you know, like you said with the Soulja Boy thing, how he took his music and put it on social media, it simplified and made everything easy. So it sort of like took away the depth of the music. The storytelling, the part I love the most about music is now gone. Yeah, that's... You know, if it's a topic, if the subject is about lamps, they'll talk about tables, carpets, you know, trees, everything else but lamps. They'll never mention lamps, but in the hook.
And it's like, man, what we...
you know...
And you know, man, and I'm sometimes I'm concerned, and Tiff, maybe you could speak to this as well. I heard somebody say something, and I'm not really heavy into the whole rap thing and all that, but I heard somebody say something like, back in the day, they used to talk about selling drugs and rapping. Now it's like y'all talking about using drugs.
Yeah, they're doing drugs.
These kids are hearing this.
Absolutely.
And you know, you can look at any city statistics and these overdose rates and the stuff, and these drugs is so powerful and all this stuff now. And there's like, I'm just not, man, you know, used to just be, you know, when we came up, it was kid and play and just having fun and all that stuff. And now,
Will Smith, Summertime.
Summertime still come on every May, Memorial Day weekend. That song comes on, and that's officially summer.
Yes.
But I don't like this whole culture of, man, we just using drugs and we just getting high, and it's like, okay, man. And I guess there's always been that element, you know what I mean, where it's been something negative. But
I think the difference is, and Will just touched on this a little bit, the difference is back in the day, gangster rap was gangster rap, but they weren't necessarily glorifying selling drugs. This is actually where they came from, and they had to do what they had to do. Yeah. Now, I mean, I want to pop a Molly and sweat or something. I don't know, like that. The
number one song in America was Molly Percocets. They were playing this on the radio every day, but yet you can't say certain words on television.
That's what I mean.
But Molly and Percocet, a drug that is killing by the thousands on a daily, and you letting this ride on the radio. And I blame the people who are funding the music.
Well, see, now we about to get into
because that's getting to a whole nother subject. The music that they allow to come out is the mind controlling music.
Yes, it is.
The music that's going to allow people to jump on board, be like, oh yeah, I can get high with y'all. Are y'all getting high? Let's all get high. See, that's why they wanted to stop gangster rap, because they had been talking about selling the drugs, but they were selling it to their kids.
Right. Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, our kids are getting high too now? Oh, push the stuff where our kids are getting high.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, put that on the radio every 5 minutes. Put on the radio, these women are giving themselves away every 5 minutes. Nobody has. That's why it's no more Lauryn Hills of the old day.
Oh,
that's why it's
man.
no more Jill Scotts.
It's-
You know, even Erykah Badu and her eccentricism still had a message to tell you.
Absolutely.
Her bag lady was just not about being a bag lady.
No.
Like, it was telling you
It
about
was
carrying your burdens
a
with
real
you.
story.
You're gonna hurt
Exactly.
yourself doing too much on
You
your
know?
own.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so people don't publicize those people anymore. They give you the, you know, what's the girl's name? Not her, the other one, that's always talking about messing with somebody's man. Like, they give you those.
Right, yeah.
They
That's
don't
like,
give you the ones like
The Weeknd,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
on the
Oh, they'll give you the
it's-
Weeknd who want to be talking about his face getting numb off
Yeah,
of you. Like,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
they give you those. And so that's my whole thing about the music era as far as like where it's gonna go. I believe that they're gonna categorize it and separate it again
yeah.
until they can find a new way to take the masses. Just because I think a lot of us and the younger generation, like, they kind of catching on now because there's more people
There's an
speaking
awareness
out about it.
Yeah, there's an awareness now, I feel, too, because you have to listen. I could say right now to everybody in this room, you're in good hands. You're gonna say with Allstate. Now, ain't none of us learn the lyrics to the Allstate thing, but we just heard it so much,
That
it
we
inundated it with us so much that it just became a part of us, and that's what I'm worried about. You know, with this kind of this drug culture thing that they're doing, and so I really hope that the awareness and the fact that now, you know, just with so many avenues that are available, you don't have. I used to tell kids, you know, I sometimes tell kids at the school I work at sometimes. I say, you understand that back in the day I had encyclopedias,
Right.
and that's the only thing I had to know to tell me anything. If I had to write a paper, I was like, y'all in the palm of your hand got the whole world. So I don't want to hear your excuses of, well, I ain't know. No, you know better. And do better if you know better. All right, I'm sounding old like an old man. Let me bring it on back.
You know what? Age is a blessing.
Absolutely.
More years are a award that's not afforded to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because either you get old or you don't.
Yeah. You,
That's it. And I would rather just get old.
I'd rather just
Yeah.
ache and pain and complain and maintain.
I heard Gilly the kid say they was calling him old. He's like, that's a compliment to me, man. He's like, I'm glad to be old in this game because it's like his brothers getting out here, all that stuff, this foolishness and things like that. But man, people, this block of shows that we've done, and I can't even tell you how blessed this has really been a blessing to me.
It really is.
Because I didn't, you know, just doing the show again and all of that, and God really just wanted me to branch out again, and Sharika hit it about, you know what I'm saying, don't just talk about it, work, do something now, don't, and putting it out here, and so many people I got to thank that are here as well, you know what I mean, I got folks helping me out and doing things. We even got T and Crumpets then came back for a small, you know, the Lord had to almost chop his arm off, but he back. Help me out, and it has been awesome. Real quick, my man, just give a couple plugs, man, because you done spoke so well. I'm sure some people are like, I didn't hear this brother on a stage somewhere. Where he gonna be at anything?
Well, I'm, like I said, I'm just like find me on Instagram. Just my Instagram name says it all. It's Takeover360.
There we go.
Because that's my plan. I'm about to take over in a positive way. So just stay tuned. TAKEOVER 360. Takeover 360. Easiest way to find me.
I can't wait to see what you got going on.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you.
this gentleman here is what we call a go-getter. He has been just like, he's hosted me at places, and I mean, man, his energy, he is as sincere as you hear him right now. That's him all the time. So thank you so much for coming on, man.
Appreciate y'all
Tiff,
for having me.
again,
This has been awesome.
the better half of MonTiff, I appreciate you as well.
I appreciate you.
She is coming into her own as a songstress. You know.
That's right. And you know what? I thought that I was going to sing a little bit today because we had singers here, and I was really prepared to match pitch and,
But see,
do some things.
Yeah.
But, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Now, somebody told me
don't
not
bring
to
me
have
back
you.
to-
Yeah, I ain't gonna say who. And you already know. Somebody said, "Don't be
My
having
wife
him on
may
the."
not agree with my saying.
See,
I was in the singing angels back in the No,
I was about to
I'm
say,
the
a
king
lot
of
of people
karaoke.
don't.
No, I am the king of karaoke.
That's
though.
funny because I literally just came off a karaoke tour.
Oh
See,
my
and
God.
I would love. See,
Okay,
first
see,
of all, the
that's-
word karaoke means bad singing. So I'm the king of karaoke.
Well, I'm the queen.
That's-
And
Arigato.
I mean, come on, we got to listen, y'all. Stay with us as you. Hopefully, you're having a blessed Christmas with your family by the time all these shows are out. Hopefully, we bless you with some Christmas songs and things like that. But you also heard the message. Everybody on here spoke so well and was so great. Stay with us. Our favorite sings. You know where to find us. Spotify, iTunes as well. Of course, on YouTube. The website by now is already up and running well. Catch us. We probably going to be posted up somewhere, having some fun. We might do some fun for Christmas. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hand out turkeys like Nino Brown. I don't know. You never know what we doing. But it's been fun. Mighty Sharp Network. There's more shows coming out. We got some shows coming out for the start of the year, some new stuff as well. So check out the network. Tiff, anything else?
No, I mean, that was it. Shout out to everybody that's subscribed to
Yes.
us, that has
Thank you.
rated us and liked and shared. We appreciate it.
We do. And it's been going really well, and we expect some great things for 2020 as well. All right? As always, stay sharp.
Sharp.
Thank you, man. Wow. Listen.